Hey, we just came back from Cyber Baltics. So we just came back from Cyber Baltic and it was a phenomenal event. So our day started with us meeting up at our local club, picking up all of our terrain and tables that we promised to bring with us, sat in the car. There were 4 of us. It was me, Freddy, Hellbunny and Mjolnir, and we started to drive to Riga. It was a 4.5 hour drive, so we left Tallinn. We were blessed with a very nice weather. We arrived to a city called Pärnu, drove past it, and then we came to Riga. We had a very beautiful view of the landscape, and the drive was very fun because we were joking around and talking about random funny things, and of course thinking all the trip. We arrived very late. I think it was 11:30. Yeah, I think it was 11:30. We set up our promised tables, and then we immediately went to the hotel to have so much needed rest. The morning was very rough. I think everyone was tired. Well, at least I was. The weather was very cold, even though it was beautiful. We went for a quick breakfast, and then we arrived at the gaming scene. So let me start off by saying that the gaming area for the tournament was fantastic. It was located in a hotel near the riverside, with windows going off 360, and having fresh air and an amazing view is what made this event even better. Now, my list for this event was almost exactly the same as it was for Talvisota, with slight minor tweaks. The base of the list was the same. The only 2 things that I changed is that I replaced the one Karhu in the Boy Link with Shonakarano, mistakenly thinking that Shonakarano counts as a Karhu and gives the link purity, which didn't, as it turned out on the tournament. Now, that didn't faze me because she wasn't in the link for the purity, and that really didn't matter in the long term of the event. So I was very proud of the link. The second change that I did, I gave the Beast Hunter +1 burst heavy flamethrower, so now he puts 2 flamethrowers templates. Now, as for the games, before we went to the event, I looked at the list of participants and the armies that they are taking, and noticed that there are only 2 Morats players, one of them being our Eric, our Vorko. So surely I thought that it's not going to be a repeat of Talvisota, where I gathered all the Morat players and all of the combined army players, but little did I know that my first game would be against Morats. Now, my first match was against Vermis and his Morats, and we were playing supplies. Now, a little small detail that I found out later in the event about Vermis is that he won the Berlin Satellite prior to this event. So going into this game, I had no idea who I'm facing, but that was one of the most tactical games I had at the event. Now, we roll for the lieutenant role. Vermis gets the first turn, and he immediately takes one of these plague crates, but he leaves his, I believe it was a Rindak, in the middle of the table on top of a building. and he isolates my left side of the table by placing a picture right next to the Boyd link. The problem with that was that the table had a train station, and I was deployed behind the train station. So he put his picture inside the train station, which prevented the link from moving. I had to move around to get inside the train station and to get rid of the picture. So what I had to do is go from my right side of the table with the other links to shoot down the picture, which took out all of my orders. So he did the right thing by making me spend orders and isolating one of the heavy hitter links. So my first turn, I kill all of his arrows with my Nis HMG. I successfully killed the Dartok submachine gun, the Yaugat multi-sniper, but I failed to kill his Siret heavy rocket launcher. I placed one wound on him and he went prone. This is very important because that is what I think won him the game, or not won him the game, but made my life much more harder. Now, as I said, my first turn was that. Then I tried to throw in a Beast Hunter at his Rindag to steal the supply box. I put two templates. One template went on the Ecatron, one template went on the Paramedic. The Paramedic sadly dodged away while the Ecatron died. And in return, my Beast Hunter died to his heavy rocket launcher Siret arrow. Now that was that. Now, long story short, this game went as following. His turn, he grabs the second supply box, puts a picture again at the same spot where he put the first one, and then retrieves with the link that got the second supply crate back to his deployment zone. Now my turn, I once again throw my Linkai, this time at his Rindag to steal that supply crate. I successfully managed to engage him in close combat. He declares a dodge for his hero. We roll the dice. I roll 2 crits on the close combat attack, and he rolls a crit on the dodge. And at that point, I didn't have any more orders, so the only thing that I could do is go prone with my Linkai there. On his turn, last turn, he successfully killed the Linkai. He retreated with the supply crate and managed to press me with more hackers by putting more pictures and getting close to me. So the only thing that I could do at that point is I tried to score one of my cards, but I couldn't do that, so I ran with my last 4 orders with one of the Fugazis. I ran towards his HVT to declare secure HVT, which I did, which ended the game with 9-1 for my opponent. Again, that was a great game. I knew that I was going to lose this. There was no point, there was no way of me winning, but at least I tried. I wanted to take at least one supply crate, but the dodge roll on one of his monkeys was a good luck, and that luck would go on to my other opponents. Now, after the first game, we went for a quick snack at the first floor restaurant of the hotel, and there I found out that my second opponent is going to be Eric, one of our Estonian players, and he is also playing Morats, the second Morat player. Eric contacted Lech, the organizer, and said that, listen, we have to change that. So I got a different opponent. I got Necrontyr from Lithuania, and he was playing Combined Army. And most important, he was playing an Anathematic list, which I was very excited to face, because I just purchased my own Anathematic and wanted to see what the list can do. Now, the second mission was Unmasking. My opponent once again got the first turn, and I wasn't really expecting him to be so conservative by using the Anathematic. He used every other unit in his army except of him. He comes up with his, I believe it was Caliban. He presses one of the consoles, reveals one of HVT, kills him, and then giving me the first turn. Sorry, no, he also pushed up with one of his drones. I believe it was a M drone on the left side of the table. Tried to push a console there, but I believe he failed that, or he did press it. No, he did press it. And no, sorry, yes, he did fail to press it. But his drone was at the console. So what I would try to do is that my linker was on the left side. I ran towards his drone, tried to shoot him with the shotgun, but he critted me with a flashbox. Now, thankfully, the linker was in a very good position, so I just went prone, so my opponent couldn't see him or couldn't get near him. I killed a lot of his cheap order generators with my nice sniper because the table was quite open. So the sniper had a very nice line of sight, so I was picking out useless drones, Ica drones, and so on and so forth. Basically stripping orders from my opponent. And I managed to kill his Caliban at some point and take the press console for myself. So once again, long story short, the game went like this. I tried to steal the left console from his drone, so I detached Shona from the link, jumped her towards his drone, the Boik thrown a disco ball so she can safely pass through the ARO total reaction bot that he had. And I went into CC with his drone. Guess what happened? He declares dodge on an arrow. I roll 2 crits on the close combat, and he crits on the dodge. Once again, as in at the first game. Now that was very irritating at that point, and I had no more orders to do, so Shona just stayed there in the open. I went prone and told my opponent to proceed with his second turn. Now he tried to get rid of Shona with his mentor, I believe. So he comes up next to the link eye that is prone and hidden. For some reason he pushes forward towards Shona, but exposing his back towards my link eye. So he shoots at Shona, Shona safely dodges, the link eye shoots his shotgun and kills the mentor. He also had a very annoying plasma sniper Vector that in the end managed to kill Shona. And basically we were going back and forth this game. His last third turn he managed to finally kill all of the HVTs, including the designated target. He killed the Nisa sniper that was pinning his existence, and he had all the console pressed. So on my turn 3, I decided to play the mission. I just went for the consoles. I pressed no, sorry, I'm mistaken. At my second turn, I pressed 2 consoles. He had 1, so he tried to press steal at least 1 console from me on his last turn, but he failed. So giving me the turn, I request a speedball. I randomly got a jetpack that landed near Uma. So I spent all of my orders just jumping Uma towards his only press console on the left side of the table, where the drone was previously. I jumped my Uma towards the console. With my very last order, I tried to press the console, and I failed the wood check. That didn't matter because at the end the final score was 8-6 for me. I was winning, but I tried to score the last 2 points to make it a perfect 10. Before all that, the link, I just went to my opponent's deployment zone and got the vector in close combat, so he was preoccupied with the link eye. So I isolated that side of the table for my opponent. He tried to move a little bit with his anathematic on his third turn, but the problem was that I had a Beast Hunter there ready to put templates on him, which he did, and that's why his anathematic died. But that was the second game. Now let's go to the final game of the day. It was against Demos, his Shinden Butai, and the mission was Acquisition. Now, I never played against Shindomutai. I played against G7 once and 4. So it was a very interesting matchup. Plus, I played against Demos in the Helsingfors event last summer, and it's always a pleasure to play against him. But this game was the most irritating game for me through the entire event, and it punched so much air out of my lungs, it's just impossible to describe. Now, I got the first turn. The table was very open, but it was to my advantage. I made a very massive mistake. I started off by moving my Nice HMG, trying to get off kill off his aero drones. I don't even know what they're called. But the mistake was that there was an opening, and I couldn't have get line of sight to his drone. So either I spend one token order to make a cautious move and then shoot, or I risk it and just move in the open and just shoot at his drone. I decided to risk it. I was greedy, and that cost me my HMG Nice. The Nice died, so I tried to plan B. I moved up my Beast Hunter towards his full distance of his deployment zone. I came up to his Uran aimbot and one of his hackers. The hacker was on the second floor, the drone was on the third floor. I jumped with my Beast Hunter, putting one tailplate on the hacker, one tailplate on the drone. On the bottom floor there was a Crazy Koala. So the Crazy Koala detonates, kills my Beast Hunter, but I was hoping that one of those flamers are going to land on its targets. So the drone and the hacker both failed their dodge rolls. I was already very happy, and then all of a sudden they both passed their armor saves. So nothing happened there. Then I tried to move my Uma at the same spot where the Beast Hunter was, but since his hacker was prone, I couldn't quite reach the target to kill him. So I made some pop shots at other drones, killed them. He tried to repair one of his drones later on in the game with his machinist or engineer, but he killed his own drone instead. But this is where the irritation started happening. So first turn for my opponent, I actually also pressed one of the antennas on the right side on my first turn. He comes up with his Yojimbo towards me, keeping his Yojimbo behind the building, and on the opposite side of the building I had my Linkai. He puts a Crazy Koala behind near him, himself I mean, and then he shoots a pitcher at the same spot and tries to flash push my target my Linkai. And if I try to reset, Crazy Koala is going to detonate. If I try to dodge, Crazy Koala is going to detonate. So whatever I did, he made a checkmate on me. So the Linkai died in that interaction, but he didn't press any consoles. He gave me the second turn, and this is where all of my irritation started happening. Every time I dodge, shoot at him or engage him in CC, he dodges, and they must roll at least 5 critical dodges. At least 5. And I think my irritation was so noticeable on my face because Demos apologized several times. I just said, just continue the game. I was so down at that point, I didn't care. And the game ultimately ended with he had 2 parachutists. One dropped in the left side, the other dropped on the right side. Both pressed the corresponding antennas. He had the Beast Hunter in the middle objective. I ran to the middle objective with my Carpo Paramedic and Shona, contesting it so none of us can have it. I tried to complete one of my cards, which was to successfully heal someone with my Paramedic, and the only option I had to heal is my Nice that was on a very tall building. I did successfully shoot at Nice sniper with my Carpo Paramedic, but he failed his physical roll, so I didn't score a card, which ended the game with a score of 5-0 for Demos. Again, there was nothing wrong about this game except that Demos was very lucky with his dice rolls, and I was very irritated by that. But again, it's a game of good dice. The first day of the event, we all went, well, not all of us, the Estonians and the Latvians, we went to a bar, sat down, had some food, guys had some beer, and just had some fun. Then me, Eric, and Freddy we left to the hotel, leaving Maxim Helbani with his friends, Latvian friends, and we went to sleep very late at night. And but second day was looking promising for the other guys, but not for me. I woke up with a very bad mood. So second day, I woke up, I'm very tired, I feel sick, I feel like I have a fever, and I start contemplating should I just give up on the event and go for a walk instead, because the weather was nice. I visited Riga previously only 2 times in my life, and I was just a small kid. And again, I was so down from the third game that I just didn't want to continue. But no, I pushed through. I went for my to the location, and I was paired against Freddy, one of our Estonian players. And I think that was a very lucky matchup for me, because for the event I practiced a lot of against Maxim, Helbani, and Freddy, so I knew exactly Freddy's game style, and I knew a little bit of his list and his units. So the third game was against O12, and it was a custom mission. The mission was extraction. I'm going to leave the mission back in the description of this video, so who is interested to see how the mission works, please go into the description. I got the first turn. We were going back and forth this game. It's a very hard game. He did very well by isolating my link eye with his Firebug Gamma. He killed, I believe on my first turn I extracted 2 cubes and went back to my deployment zone with the Cargo Paramedic. I moved up my link eye towards the middle, killed with my Nisa sniper a couple of his guys that were very exposed to me, and that was it. I couldn't move further with my link eye because, as I said, his Gamma isolated him very nicely, and I gave the first turn to my opponent. Now he opened up by shooting the total reaction bot, the Nisa sniper, and putting all of them unconscious. And then he extracted one of his cubes on the very left side of the table with one of his drones. My second turn, I successfully healed the Nisa sniper with the speedball. I tried to heal the total reaction bot with my machinist. The buildings were next to each other, but I didn't. I failed to do that, so I left it as it is. And I began shooting at his Gamma with my Nisa HMG and moving Shona Carano separately from the link on the right side of the table, basically trying to flank his right side. But again, the way he deployed the Gamma, it again prevented me moving Shona too aggressively forward. I killed his Varangian, I killed some again random guys of his, and gave him his second turn. Now he successfully extracted the second cube on the right side of the table. He again managed to put my Nisa sniper unconscious, but I think this time, the second time, it took him 4 orders to do that. He managed to put the Boykin in an unconscious state, and so he had 2 cubes, I had 2 cubes. He gives me my last turn. I bring back the Boyk with my Cargo Paramedic. I move up Shona on the right side, ignoring his Gamma, or not ignoring, I successfully dodged his aero shots. I come up to his Ment on the building that was holding the extracted cube, kill him, but in the aero he used, I don't remember what the name of the weapon was, basically prevented Shona of doing anything else after that. So the cube drops, Shona stays there, I moved back with all the guys that had the cubes. So Karko had 2 cubes and Uma had, in the process of the game, acquired 1 cube. I moved them back to my deployment zone, which was required per the mission, and move up my Beast Hunter and the Kunai Solution Ninja to the one of the consoles, securing it. That was the second requirement of the mission. And give my opponent his last turn. So the only thing that he did is that he went in the same building where Shona killed the Ment, killed Shona, took the cube from himself, and then we started calculating the points. And it turned out that the very first cube that he extracted with one of his drones, he forgot to move the drone back to his deployment zone, which turned out made him lose points. So the game ended into my favor. It ended 7-3. I had all the cubes in my deployment zone. I had one of the consoles. He had 1 cube in his deployment zone and 1 console. And that was the game. Again, I think I lucked out because he forgot to move his drone back. Otherwise, it would have been a draw. At the same time, if he would have done that, at some point at my last turn, I had an opening with the Link Eye to go for his cube that was held by the drone and kill him. So that was the 4th game, and that really raised my spirit and motivation to continue. Now, the 5th and final game of the event was against Molzer, and he's from Sweden, and he was playing Combined Army. We were playing Supremacy, and this is a game I'm going to go more detailed over, because this was an insane game. So again, the table was very open, which was beneficial for me. I won the roll-off, so I decided to go first. And I'm going to be honest, I had no expectations of winning this game because Supremacy is my weakest mission. I'm always failing to win it. The game started very... First of all, my opponent was amazing. Very friendly, very nice guy. Impetuous order, the Dinkai move forward, keep him safe, and then all the other orders went on my Beast Hunter, started moving up. He saw my Beast Hunter with an Ecadron, declares reveal with his Ecadron, and here's where the funny part began. Before he declared his IRO, he said, "That must be a Beast Hunter, and you must have a Panzerfaust." And I totally forgot that the Beast Hunters had Panzerfaust at that moment. So thanks to him, I remembered that. And when he declared that he wants to reveal my camo marker, I shot him with the Panzerfaust, killing the Ecadron. Then I spent one more order to go back into camo state, proceeded to move. I came into line of sight of his Dr. Worm, which was facing with his back towards me. Shot with my second Panzerfaust at his Dr. Worm, killed him, which gave him an ARO with 2 Datorazis, and he had a sneaky small first silhouette sniper, Teutzer. So they all dodged his arrows, and one of the Datorazis, I was elevated on a building, so they were beneath me or below me, dodged away so he can have a line of sight towards my Beast Hunter. I go prone to my Beast Hunter, and his Datorazis is absolutely in the open. But on my left side there's only Link Eye. And unbeknownst to my opponent, there was a Kunai Solution Ninja with the Thunderbolt. I shoot at his Datorazi, kill him. The Beast Hunter then proceeds his turn, he jumps down, puts 2 templates on the Datorazi and on the Teutzer, and kills both of them. In return, the Datorazi killed my Beast Hunter, but the Beast Hunter fulfilled his role. He killed 1 Ecadron, a Dr. Worm, both Datorazis, and the Sniper. So he killed 5 models. 5! And the reason I did it like that is because his Sniper had a line of sight towards my Link Eye. If I would proceed moving my Link Eye, he would get shot. Then I spent the rest of my orders on the Link Eye, move forward with him, jump on the very far left corner building where he had his Overdrone, he had a Ica drone there, he had some kind of bot there, or drone there, a slave drone, and he had Norca's there, so 5 models. My intention was to jump there and engage the overdrone in CC and kill him, so hopefully. But I was near one of his umbrella looking things, so he can put dodge from my movement there. So he dodged in a way to face me. On my then second part of the order, I tried to shoot his Norcase with my shotgun. Managed to inflict only 1 wound, sadly. He saved the other roll, and I went prone because otherwise I'm going to die. I contemplated of suiciding the Linkai into his overdrone, but I decided not to. And first turn for my opponent. I actually managed to score to press 1 console and score one of the quadrants on the right side, the closest to me. First turn for my opponent. He starts to move his Norcase towards my Beast Hunter. Eats the Beast Hunter, gets 1 wound. Moves off the overdrone a little bit to his left, and trying to eye my Boik that was standing in a row. And that's where my opponent told me that he played against, I think I was his 3rd or 4th Pano opponent. And in all of these games, his overdrone died in a row. So he failed all 3 armor saves in all of those games. I mean, in 1 arrow. He decides to shoot my Boik. I shoot him back. I wound the roll. It's explosive. 3 armor saves. He fails all 3. The overdrone just dies. And I was feeling so bad for my opponent. You have no idea. I really felt his pain because I felt the same pain on my 3rd game against Demos. He proceeds to move Norcas. He presses 1 console the left, 2nd console the left nearest to me, and then goes to the left corner where my Kunai Ninja is, goes prone with the Norcas, and basically is a threat to my deployment zone. My turn, the first turn, he wins 2 points because he has 2 consoles and he's dominating a quadrant. So he gets 2 points. My turn, turn 2, I tried to kill Norcas with my Uma. I think I spent like 4 orders on that. I didn't do nothing, and then I got irritated. I spent orders on the Kunai Ninja, shoot him with the pistol once, inflict a wound, shoot him with the pistol twice, inflict a 2nd wound, 3rd order, shooting with the pistol, kill him. He failed all of his dodges. And my opponent tells me that he is in retreat now. So it's going to be my last turn, and then his turn, and that's it. So I spent all of my last orders. I pressed with the Karhu the 2nd console. I killed his... he scored 2 points in first turn because he was dominating the left closest to me, quadrant with his Norcas, and the right one closest to him with the Kaki, while I was dominating only 1 quadrant. So I move up with my Karhu, press the console on the Kaki dominated one, kill the Kaki, go prone with the Karhu, so I have the furthest right console, the nearest right console with the Boik, and the left side I dominated by moving Uma, not Uma, the Kunai Ninja, and then moved up Shona to the very far left console, tried to press it but failed, but at least she was dominating it. And last turn for my opponent, he tried to steal the quadrants. He moved up his Morat hacker towards my Karhu, but every time he tried to move there was a lot of arrows coming from me, so he tried to shoot him instead. I managed to dodge away, and so that secured the entire right side of the table quadrants for me. And he moved his mentor towards Shona, tried to dominate that quadrant, and now it came all down to points. So I had 3 consoles pressed. We compared the points with Shona and his mentor, same exact points, so no one gets that quadrant. And we compared my Karhu points to his Morat hacker, and my Karhu was more expensive, so that prompted me a victory. and the victory was 5-3. If it didn't go to retreat, I think I would manage to score more, but a win is a win. I felt very sorry for my opponent for him to losing that overdrawn as he did, but I was very happy how massive of a work my Beast Hunter did. Now, before I go to the final results, I would like to mention the best painted competition, which was absolutely outstanding. There were so many nicely painted entries. I was mind blown. My personal favorite from the bunch was the Toha. I like more darker schemes with a bit of pink and purple, so I really like that one. But yeah, there was so much amazing entries, especially the Eugene. So I had no hope of winning anything in there. So now we go to the nominations, and I checked the price I don't know, table or something, how it's called, and I noticed there was a metal Tikbalang with 2 swords, and I knew that I wanted because I want to play vanilla Pano, and Tikbalang in there is amazing. So I tell the guys that listen, if you go to the table and you see it, please can you grab it for me? And then when they told me that you going before us, I'm like, what's happening? So the first place went to my first opponent. He not only won the Berlin Satellite, but he won the Riga one as well. See, he is the champion of Cyber Baltic. And then we proceeded to announce the best painted. Lesh, the organizer, says the first place for the best painted was very hard, and there was only one vote of difference, and it went to the Eugene army, which was painted amazingly, outstandingly. So he grabbed himself a massive handicraft or handmade box where you can store paints, brushes, and the trays are magnetized, so you can transport it, which was like amazing. And then he says second place goes to Stemius, me, and I was mind blown that there was a difference of 1 vote between the first place and the second place, and that was such a big compliment to me, because looking at his Eugene, I was like, how are we even comparable? So that was a massive motivational boost to me to continue painting, because right now I'm in a very big burnout from painting. And yeah, I grabbed the painting palette. I don't need it, but I like the handicraft bag that it was in, so I'm going to actually use it. And then we proceeded to go through the places, and this is how the Estonian team placed in the end. So I got 12th place, 1-2. I wasn't expecting it. I was followed by Sunrays, a new member of ours. He went separately with his family. He got 13th place. Then we had Helbani Maxim at 24th place, Freddy at 26th place, and Eric Mjoldur at 28th place. Now, I feel sorry for Maxim because he's a good player. He plays very nicely, and he was always somewhere in the middle, and then I think he lost the last 2 games, which dropped him at 24th, which was sad. Now, awaiting my call to the price tables, I was eyeing that Tikbalang, and not the person before me, but the one that before him went there and grabbed the Tikbalang. He passes us, and Eric tells him that, which was funny, that you crushed Andrei's dreams, and he felt so sorry. And I saw his hand with the box like move towards me, and then he's like he says like, "No, that's mine, precious," and just left, which was very funny. And yeah, I picked up, as I said, 2 prizes. I picked up the painting palette in this wonderful bag, which I really love. And here is the painting palette. and I picked up something that I couldn't pick up at the Talvisota. I picked up my Squall, which I already put together, because as I said, I want to play vanilla. So Squall is a perfect tag for that. And a special prize for me was something from a Finnish player. When we came day one at the event, and the guys started to gather, Tasu from Finland comes up to me and tells me that, Andrei, I remember from Discord, I'm a member of their Discord. I remember you writing that you don't have an HVT, so let me give you a prize. And he just hands me Helen of Troy, the exact same HVT that I was always wanted for myself. I had no idea how he knew that I wanted her, but he said, Tasso, thank you very much. I promised him beer, so next time I'm in Finland, I'm buying him a lot of beer. And basically, yeah, that's how the event ended. After the event, we packed our stuff, we sat in the car, and we started driving away. The day that started very badly for me, feeling sick, feeling down, and non-motivated to continue, ended with 12th place, second best painted, and a bunch of great motivation and new met people that are just wonderful. And massive thanks to everyone participating in the event. A massive thank you to Lesh, the organizer. The event went smoothly. Everyone that had questions, Lesh was always there to help. So I couldn't recommend Cyber Baltic more to anyone in Europe. Please consider entering the event next year, because I'm definitely coming back. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye everyone.